This year, North Reading has the opportunity to improve its secondary school buildings. On September 28th, the Massachusetts School Building Authority approved North Reading to proceed on to the schematic design phase to build a new high school and to renovate the middle school. The high school stands today largely as it was constructed back in 1955. In 1989, the building was renovated and the library was added. In 2003, the cafeteria was expanded through the addition of modular units, and in 2007, 6 modular classrooms were added. The middle school was originally constructed in 1963. In 2003, 4 modular classrooms were added, and in 2008, 6 more modular classrooms were added. The high school and middle school have served our town well, and the facility staff has worked hard to keep our schools clean, safe, warm, and dry. But the buildings are no longer adequate to provide a 21st century education. Many of the classrooms are undersized. Here is a crowded, popular forensics class. In the 1989 renovation, some of the larger classrooms were divided into 2 smaller classrooms, but these small classrooms no longer handle a full-size class. Here's another crowded class. This time it's an English class. Yes. Yes.
Given that there are a number of undersized classrooms at North Reading High School, sometimes it is necessary for a teacher to travel among classrooms in order to teach the classes that they are assigned. This cart is an example of a teacher who needs to travel among 3 classrooms in order to teach the science classes that she's assigned here at North Reading High School.
The high school corridors are very crowded during class transition times.
This science laboratory is only one of 2 science labs available to the science teachers at our school who teach 49 sections of science classes to our students. Many years ago, this space was used to teach auto shop to students. Today, this space is used as an art classroom. One can clearly see that the space is not conducive to optimum learning. Because of the limited storage space at North Reading High School, this classroom is also used to store paper towels, and other supplies to accommodate the school.
A storeroom turned into a classroom.
So this is a classroom or a teacher's room?
It's a specialist room.
So
We're language, and this is Melville's, and this is her room.
So students meet in here, or this is just for the teachers?
There are some students in here, but there's really no indoor quality is a major issue here.
So
heating and fresh air.
And this used to be a storage closet?
Yeah.
Hmm. So, Wayne, this is the training room?
This is the high school training room. Most of the equipment's been donated. It's fairly inadequate with the needs of the school, the current needs.
This is where everybody trains, like the football and the lacrosse teams?
Well, pretty much. The boys, anyway.
Wow. That's it. Hi, so Wayne, is this the boys' locker room?
High school boys' locker room, yeah.
And why are the bags all on the floor?
The lockers have been in the process of being replaced.
Okay, great, great. So I can see the new ones over here, but we just don't have enough of them yet?
Right, correct.
Okay. Here, start with the sinks. What's going on here?
Original equipment patch made to get at the plumbing behind it. Taking out the block. This is all original equipment.
We say original, like how many years?
50 years.
50?
It may not be 50, but I'm sure the sinks there. We might have replaced the faucets at one point.
And I noticed the patch on the floor?
Yeah, the ceramic tile, the laminated. We had to make some good repairs to that.
I mean, you do a good job of keeping it up, but it looks like there's been a lot of work to keep up.
It is.
Oh, and that stall on the far right? That's the one toilet for the boys' locker room, and it doesn't even have a door.
So this is the shower area in the boys' locker room?
Boys' locker room shower.
And is this hot water? Is this?
Now, hot and cold. We've had issues with the mixing and so forth, and rebuilding things. And it's just an ongoing, never-ending, which is good for me, never-ending process to keep it up, keep it operational.
This is the entire shower space for the high school boys.
This is the boiler room at North Reading High School. The boilers were installed in 1989. They're steam boilers. They're very inefficient. Steam supply line. They heat the school. These were installed in '89. All the original steam piping is still original. We've had huge leaks over the years. Steam leaks, very inefficient. The goal is to replace them. We go with a new school with condensing boilers, which are extremely efficient in their water as opposed to steam. It's an old technology. It does work. Very inefficient and high maintenance.
This is the boiler room at the middle school. That's the new boiler. This room also has a drainage problem. And you can see over on the lower left part of the floor here, there's a drain and that pump is on continuously. Now the white insulation you can see on the pipe straight ahead, that's all asbestos. The antiquated building control system is based upon pneumatic controls. Remember, when these schools were built, computer control system was not yet the standard. Upgrades throughout the years have put some of the subsystems on computer control, but some are still on pneumatics, which makes the overall system complicated and difficult to maintain. The electrical system is outdated and undersized.
We've maxed out with the addition of modular classrooms, so there really is nobody we have maxed out, which is the same as the high school at 800 amps. We probably need 3 times that. A modern high school would be over 2,000 amps.
Back at the high school boiler room, we can see the water main to the building and the water supply for the fire sprinkler system. Only the old industrial arts section of the building has a sprinkler system. The rest of the high school does not have sprinklers. If we tried to substantially renovate the high school, it would trigger the need to install a sprinkler system throughout the high school, which would be very expensive. The middle school will get a sprinkler system as part of the planned renovation. Looking up at the ceiling of the boiler room, steam leaks over the years have eroded away some of the concrete. Here you can see the exposed rebar. The ceiling of the boiler room is the floor of the gym.
This shot is designed to show that these classroom windows are screwed shut, and the reason for that is that the age of the building makes it difficult to obtain replacement parts for the classroom windows, and so consequently, because the windows can't be repaired, specifically in this classroom, there's a lack of spring mechanisms in the windows. The windows need to be screwed shut, which by not being able to open them poses some obvious heating, cooling, and ventilation issues.
This is the middle school, the upper classroom wing. All the windows in this entire school, as you can see by this video, are all single pane windows. And there's very little ventilation. The lower windows are operable, but tremendous heat loss. We do have asbestos in the school.
So what part of that is asbestos?
The elbows.
Okay.
There is other floor tile in the school and other areas that have asbestos. Some of the boiler room. It's not unsafe. We do a good job taking care of it, but it is in our school. This is the auditorium. The ceiling has an asbestos skim coat, which is okay, but it is asbestos. It needs to be removed at some point, but it's not dangerous. We had a problem years ago with some leakage, but that's been corrected. But it is asbestos.
Now we're below the main level of the high school. The light is dim, so I apologize for the dark film, but it shows the underlying structure of the school. The school floor is supported by concrete footings. There's a maze of wiring under here, representing 50 years of upgrading telephone and computer connection. There are some drainage problems that sometimes direct water onto the school. It's raining today, and you can see that there is water running down inside the wall. The water drains down to a low spot. Air is circulated through this area to minimize any impact to air quality, but there's only so much you can do with the old building. From the outside, you can see the source of this water.
This is a real drainage problem for us at the high school. Where the water will build up against the wall. There's like an algae mold, not really mold, but an algae situation, and that orange grate is a fresh air intake, so it could create some health issues. We're very careful to try to avoid that, but that's one of the liabilities of the drainage problem here.
And is that water grate where the water comes in
Right.
into the basement
It's
down below?
It's running into the basement, right.
In summary, we need to improve the high school and middle school to provide a 21st century education to the children of North Reading. The current space is too small and it's old. The building is difficult and expensive to maintain and to operate. The building does not meet current safety or ADA standards. But if we try to improve part of the building, it can trigger the need to bring the rest of the building up to code. This year, we had the opportunity to fix our buildings with substantial financial support from the Massachusetts School Building Authority. The MSBA selects only 15 to 20 projects each year out of more than 225 submissions. The MSBA will reimburse us for 48 to 52% of eligible expenses. The reimbursement rate depends on which bonus points we qualify for, like green or LEED certification. And not all expenses are eligible for reimbursement. For example, the MSBA will not reimburse us for a wastewater treatment system. In addition, the MSBA has agreed to let us combine the high school and middle school projects, saving us considerable money and time as compared to doing two separate projects. The current plan is to renovate our existing middle school and to build a new high school next to it. We can save money by sharing common space between the two schools. This drawing shows the existing middle school. The shared space will include the new gym, cafeteria, auditorium, and the media center or library. The new high school is shown here outlined in green, and it has 3 stories of classrooms. The space where the existing high school stands will be reused as additional athletic fields, connecting the new high school to the turf field. So far, we've hired the owner's project manager and the architecture firm, and the MSBA has approved our combined high school-middle school project. Now we're in the schematic design phase where the high-level designs are developed in more detail. At the end of the schematic design, we should have an improved understanding of the cost of the project so that we can take it to a town vote in January or February. If the vote passes, then we could break ground next spring and begin the construction of the new high school and the renovation of the middle school.
This is an exciting and important building project for the citizens of North Reading. A new middle school, high school facility will provide a learning environment that supports the skills and concepts students must master to succeed in work and life in the 21st century. Skills such as critical thinking, problem solving, communication, and collaboration developed through a rigorous and relevant curriculum will be supported by state-of-the-art instructional technology, small learning communities, and project-based learning. These kinds of learning experiences best replicate life and career readiness and require spaces that look different from the schools that were built in the 1950s and 60s. Community connections will play an important role as we further develop our financial, economic, business, and entrepreneurial literacy for students. In addition, the physical structure of the new facility will provide easy access for community members to attend programs and productions offered by the middle school and the high school, with plenty of parking spaces. Finally, global connections will be supported through the use of technology to allow for real-time collaboration with students and experts in the next town, another state, and across the globe. The Distance Learning Lab will allow students to engage in online courses to broaden their learning experiences, knowledge, and application of skills. We will all learn from individuals representing diverse cultures and lifestyles in a spirit of mutual respect and open dialogue.
Hi, I'm Wayne Hardacre, Supervisor Buildings and Grounds for the School Department. My annual maintenance budget covers the maintenance and repair needs of our 5 schools. Current spending to repair broken or worn out equipment and infrastructure has been increasing at both the high school and the middle school. This trend, which was recognized at the bachelor school back in 2003 and before, when the need to replace that school, indicates the need to me for major renovations or, more cost-effectively, new high-efficiency buildings.
I want to talk with you about 2 opportunities that I think this building project will bring to our students. First, I want to talk with you briefly about the difference between a junior high school and a middle school. A junior high school is what we currently have in North Reading. It is set up by departments, not grade level teams. I would like to see the entire school set up by grade level teams. This is the school within a school concept. This is what is best for middle school students, and this is what our children deserve. Second, I want to talk with you about the opportunity for our children to become part of a bigger school community. By combining the middle school and the high school together, we will be able to develop new partnerships between the two schools. Our students can learn and share from each other. Things like mentoring programs and tutoring opportunities are just a few of our ideas. Thank you.
I'm proud of the achievements of our students. They do well. They're supported by their teachers. They're supported by their parents. They're supported by the community in large. I believe that North Reading owes it to our students to provide them with an opportunity to excel at the highest levels. Our students deserve the best, and it's my hope that the community sees that and will provide them the opportunity to be their very best.